Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and talk about some features I've discovered about the Zoom F2 as well as the Videomic Go 2, and to go from there. So right now, I'm not plugged into a computer. If you see here, I'm not plugged into anything. It's just nothing here. It's just plugged into the Zoom F2, and this is how the audio sounds. The Zoom F2, it's known for being a 32-bit float recorder, so it'll not clip, in theory. However, I do want to talk about a few things I've discovered about the RODE Videomic Go 2 and some limitations of the RODE Videomic Go 2 that I didn't actually notice until I did some more thorough testing. So what I noticed is that I can do, well, first off, I've listened to this track a few times, and the Zoom F2 preamps do not sound good. Like, legit, I think the Videomic Go 2 actually sounds better on computer than it does on the F2, F2's preamps. So, that's one thing to consider. So, because I was thinking to myself, because I actually really like the way the RODE Videomic Go 2 sounds on computer, but I was thinking to myself, what if I could just bring this whole thing, bring it with me? You know what I mean? Like, just go anywhere I want and record anywhere I want, and it's this small. That sounded cool in theory, and I was like, and I'd never be able to clip because of 32-bit float recording. Well, I don't know whether it's something about the about the F2 itself, where maybe it is only limited to certain lav microphones or whatever, but or as the case with most 32-bit float recorders, it depends on the SPL of your microphone. But I could clip it out. So brace yourselves. I'm going to yell right now. But microphone check, testing 1, 2, 3. That's going to distort. And it shows, and I won't be able to recover this audio on the F2. And that's what's really strange. But then here's what the kicker. So I tried the F3 and the F6 to see if that would be the same case. Because you can actually get something called the RODE VXLR Plus. You pop this into an XLR slot, and you put basically the same wire, which is, you can get any length, TRS to TRS cable, and this will work with a Zoom H1N, and it will work with something like this. But I noticed a different issue. It's what'll happen is the audio will it'll show as not clipping, but when you actually put it in the recording to edit your audio, it's distorted. And I think it's a limitation of the microphone. The microphone has a SPL of 110, and I easily can get louder than that. You know what I mean? And so, and the other issue too is I actually tested on my computer. I put the pad really low, and I yelled as loud as I could, and it distorts the audio. So I think my key takeaways from this is, number one, the F2's preamps, they're not as good. They don't sound as good. And the RODE Videomic Go 2 sounds better on computer. That's take number one. Take number two, the F2, I think for some reason I can't be certain, but it's clipping out like crazy when I yell really loud on this thing. So it can't handle, I think it's just designed for it's not the same preamps as the F3 and F6. If it is, I don't know, something's up. And number three, this microphone is not good for character work. In other words, you can't yell and do really loud shouts with this microphone. There's a limitation. It will distort. It'll look like just when you go back and hear it, it won't show as clipped, but it's distorted. And it's funny because there's actually another person who put a review on this, and he's yelling into he's like, I think something's wrong with this microphone, blah, 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 blah. And I was looking at him man, this guy's tripping. But no, he's right. There actually is a limitations of the microphone. It doesn't have as much SPL. So if you get really loud, it's going to it'll peak. And it won't even show as peaked. It'll just sound distorted. So the key takeaway is this is more of a commercial work or regular chat or regular podcast sort of microphone, but I wouldn't use this for character work, right? And, yeah, but dude, it just seems so awesome in theory, man. Imagine having something this small, right? Going anywhere in the world and being able to record whenever I want. And I can. Right now, it'll record everything I say, but if I get really fucking loud, it ain't gonna work. And it's too bad, That would have been really cool if it was something. But, someday in the future, they're gonna have shit that's even better than this, that's this small, and I'll be able to record wherever. But, it sounded cool in theory, but it didn't work. If you're curious as to how it works, you can just basically get a Zoom F2, and you get a TRS to TRS cable like this, and it will work with your RODE Videomic Go 2. It will also work with a Zoom H1N. You basically put a TRS to TRS, and it will record it. So yeah, just thought you guys should know if you guys were curious. But yeah, that's all I got to say. All right, you guys have a great one. All right, bye.